Okay. Good morning, good rising. Welcome back once again. This is Wolf, and you're tuned in for another exciting live broadcast of Waking Up with Wolf. Thank you so much, everyone who's watching this. Those of you in the future, specifically those of you in the future, those of you in the past, bonus points to you too. So awesome. Thank you again so much, everyone, for being here. Of course, we'll just give a couple extra moments for everyone just to be able to get seated, for everyone to be able to situate themselves. I love the idea that, like people are tuning into this broadcast and maybe they're just like literally just like sitting on their bed and they just like got me on the other end of it and they're just kind of like sitting there and waking up and everything like that. It's very exciting just to be able to know that, through this, like, even though I can't see what you're doing, for me to know that I'm like becoming a part of your personal routine and just like bringing me into your personal space and everything like that, like, thank you. I feel very honored. Wherever I am inside your bedroom or inside your house right now, thank you for putting me there. So I appreciate it. And of course, again, when we do these meditations, I just want to remind people that, like, yeah, you can do it standing, you can do it sitting, whatever's comfortable for you. If you're just like generally just kind of like, you could literally just be like making breakfast right now. Don't let me stop you from doing things that you need to do. If you need to multitask, like, absolutely, by all means, you can like flip pancakes and do mantras at the same time. Absolutely. So, of course, just starting off, let's just start moving the body again. In the same way, like, I've been kind of like moving you guys towards this idea that there's a wisdom within the body, and when we just listen to this wisdom, the body just kind of like tells us how it needs to move. And yeah, there are like specific techniques that you can do in terms of stretches and exercises and something like that. But evidently, like, whatever exercise you feel called to do in this moment is the best exercise for you in that moment. So again, just kind of like listening to that. So I just want you to begin to just kind of like add a gentle just feeling that body move. Like, maybe you just got some kinks you got to work out. Maybe you just rolled out of bed. Maybe your joints are feeling like they just need a good old stretch. Whatever you need to do. Opening up the lungs, expanding the chest, bringing your awareness to your breath, straightening up the spine. I'm just going to take a few moments here, just kind of like bring ourselves into center. Again, just with like some like mudras. And again, I talked about this before. I really encourage you guys to just kind of like play with your hands. Allow your hands to just kind of like practice acting as mirrors for one another. I know, shout out to Danny, who's in the YouTube or in the Instagram right now. You guys, again, please feel free to connect to each other's profiles. For anybody like in here, I don't know if there's an easy way for you guys to do it, but I want you guys to take note of who's in here and then like try and connect with each other. Because if anybody's in here, I want you guys to be connected with each other. But just like, I want you guys to experiment with this, because in the same way Danny can do it, in the same way I'm like kind of familiar with doing it, there's this practice where it's like, I don't know what the proper term is. I mean, I know there's like tutting is like a whole different thing in itself, which I'm not like skilled in, but there's a way that you can just kind of like practice. And I want you to practice this right now before we officially get into things. Practice allowing your hands, and go slow, start off slow, but practice just allowing your hands to move in a way where they just kind of like serve like a mirror. And try not to think about it. Like, that in itself is the trick. And you may be surprised to see like what your fingers do when you give them the invitation to just kind of like synchronize with each other. So again, without me having to like tell you what to do, like, my hands are just kind of like moving as an example right now. I just want you to be able to just like practice moving your hands in a way that just kind of like makes sense for you. If you're doing like a synchronization, that's cool. If you've seen like the movie or the TV show The OA, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, like there's like this huge thing where they're like all of it is like hand mudras. And what if like hand mudras in themselves, in the same way mantras work, have like a frequency to them, have a symbol, anchor in an energy. So when you create your own hand mudras, when you create your own intention behind how you move your hands, you can bring in the energy that you assign to those movements. And so in this case, maybe without one specific movement, it's just kind of like allowing flow to naturally be there. And again, and that's the practice, right? Like, release the process of overthinking and just kind of allow yourself to just kind of like let your hands do what they want. And this is a dance. This is a dance just with the fingers. It's another thing where like if you have someone who you're in front of, you can do like hand dancing where you just kind of like it's like contact dancing. You just kind of like keep contact with like one digit or just like one part of your body and stuff like that, and then you can just kind of like move it around and everything like that. So very, very cool. So I want you guys to just do that. Just a quick note for those of you who are watching this on Facebook, be aware if you're watching this on Facebook, the Facebook feed has a tendency to crash sporadically in any given moment. So if you're watching this on Facebook, click my YouTube link in the video info to watch this on YouTube or watch it on Instagram. Either of those will not crash, but the Facebook, there is always a possibility of it crashing. So I want you to get into that routine so that you're watching it in a way where it doesn't get interrupted in that sense. And also I just want to remind everyone that in being here, you know, I just want you to be able to honor the energy exchange that is taking place. And I appreciate you being here, and I want to be able to invite people here to know that if they find value in just like this routine and this practice in the same way you would go to a yoga class or a community meditation group, know that there is a donation bin at the door. So after this practice, if you're just like, hey, thanks Brendan, you know, here's a couple bucks, drop it in the bin. You can do that by clicking my bio link, and for those of you on Instagram and Facebook, the link is in the info as well. So absolutely please feel free to do that. And if you want to contribute with a monthly donation, then you get the super supporter perks, which is a 25% discount key, and I'll mention that at the end and everything like that. So right now, thanking everyone again for being here. It's a Friday. We've made it through another successful week. Good job. How did everyone sleep last night? I'll be honest, you know, like my sleep last night was a little restless. And even for me, you know, if I didn't, and again, as I'm talking right here, I just want you guys to practice just moving your body, giving yourself deep massage. You know, I'm sharing a little bit of personal stuff right now, but you know, my sleep last night was a little restless. And I know that honestly, if I didn't have you guys to show up with me and for us to be here, I'd probably still be kind of like a little kind of like, I don't know, mopey or just kind of like slowish or lower vibration or something like that. But I know, like, even for me, I'm just like, okay, showing up to this practice, like, it's gonna help. It's gonna help. It's gonna help me feel better and everything like that. It's not gonna, it may not solve all the problems that are happening, like in this, you know, problems that are happening in my life or whatever, or anything like that, things beyond my control or whatever, or how I'm feeling, but it will help me feel better. And I want to be able to like practice, you know, kind of being in this meditation, in this mindset that when we're in like this Zen, you know, we can be like in like the center of a storm and have that kind of just like, have that space, have just like that anchored position where instead of getting like sucked into the storm and everything like that, instead we're like in the center of it and we're able to observe it, and we're almost able to observe it in kind of like this like neutral way. So again, by us practicing mindfulness, by us practicing our ability to respond instead of react, by us practicing being in our heart, and again, you know, practicing the chakra meditation that we do through this practice, by us practicing this, it allows us to kind of like have more of that connection to the inner wisdom that helps guide us through. There's a very powerful idea that, you know, we're all climbing up mountains together. We're all climbing up a single mountain together. So I just want you to massage your face just as I'm talking here, and then we'll get into the chakra stuff in the next minute. So again, just massaging your face, do some of those weird cheek things if you want to do that. But again, you know, there's this idea that, okay, if you're climbing a mountain, say you're climbing Mount Everest or some mountain, what's the best way to climb a mountain? Either A, you just go up by yourself. That's an option. But if you do that, there's the likelihood that you're gonna, you know, go the wrong way. You're gonna take detours. You might get lost. There might be like something that happens where if you're, you know, like all by yourself, like that can be a little dangerous and stuff like that. You know, it's a little bit risky to just go by yourself up a mountain, especially if you've never done it before. But if you are going up a mountain, one of the best things that you can do is to receive advice from somebody who has already gone up that mountain, to get a guide, to get someone who can take you up that mountain. And so, you know, on our individual lives right now, you know, you can see this metaphor, you can understand this metaphor of realizing that, you know, we are climbing this mountain together. And so even though in any situation, you know, there's always the benefits of being able to receive a spiritual guide to assist us on our path. If you have that accessibility to you, you know, if you're just like, hey, like I'm working on my own process of climbing a mountain, sweet, there's like a monk who I know who's already reached their own phase of enlightenment. I can talk to them. I can be able to like get information from them. That's going to help me climb the mountain. That's great if you have that. But here's the important thing of what I'm telling you. And again, I just want you guys to just like massage your like your breasts right now, your chest, massage your heart, whatever you want to do. Just yeah, rub your is it appropriate for me either? Jeez. Sorry, I'm just like I'm thinking in my mind. I'm like, are there such thing as nipple chakras? Like, sure, I bet honestly, like, I know this is just entirely separate, but I guarantee, we talked about the seven main chakras, and there's all these little chakras. I guarantee you, somebody out there is like talking about nipple chakras. It's not me. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe we should be doing that. And today we will practice opening the nipple chakras. Again, right? Keeping it PG-13. But again, love your body. That's a whole conversation that I want to get into in itself, just in itself. Love your body, absolutely. But going back to my what am I doing here? Going back to my point of climbing this mountain. Okay, if you're climbing a mountain, you're climbing Mount Everest, you would get a guide. And the guide would help lead you up there, and they would help get you there safely because they've done this before. If you can do that, wonderful, great. Here we are on this life and we're climbing this metaphysical mountain, but maybe we don't have access to that guide. It's great that we have each other in today's day and age, but here's the important thing. I want you to realize this, that you as a human are designed to be able to climb mountains, even if you are entirely by yourself, because within you is the guide. You are always with the guide, and the guide is the wisdom of your heart. The guide is the connection to the deeper truth, to your ancestors, whatever you think of it. Like, realize this, that reality created humans so that if a person was literally living out by themselves in the woods, isolated, it wouldn't make sense for reality to create this system where it's just like, oh, sorry, like, a human is not capable of achieving, the process of climbing the mountain of enlightenment by themselves. They need another person. Not necessarily. We've actually designed things where all of that information that another person would be able to reflect is already inside of us. How fucking cool is that, right? So I want you to be reminded that even though there may be times where you're just like, hey, I need some advice, I need some assistance, I need someone to be able to give me some feedback and stuff like that, know that you can develop a deeper connection with your own heart and a relationship with your own internal wisdom, so that when there are times where you're just like, hey, I need to be reminding myself that I am with that wisdom of the guide, and that guide actually is inside of us. It's just like a couple layers like underneath our ego and who we see ourselves as, but that wisdom is there. So remember that. Just keep that in mind, that you could literally be out in the woods all by yourself and you would still have access to the wisdom of the Buddha, to the wisdom of the Guru, to the wisdom of Yeshua, and things like that. Through the chakra meditation, we allow ourselves to kind of begin opening that book so that we can receive that information. Super cool idea. Honestly, I had this idea yesterday. Again, I hope you guys are just like massaging yourself and not just watching me here, just like making, a fool out of myself. But again, please feel free to just really sit with that idea and just be like, whoa, okay, cool. I know we've already talked about it. It's like, guys, I got the wisdom of the universe inside me. Yeah, woohoo! I am a Buddha. Wah! So, some of you know what I'm talking about. Never mind. It's a banana joke. Anyways, what was I talking about? Right, enlightenment. Yesterday, I was out. I want to be able to invite you guys to do this. I want you to be able to practice this. I want you to either go into the woods or go somewhere where you can have like your own space, and I want you to practice talking to yourself out loud in an affirming way. I want you to like pump yourself up and to really just kind of get into this practice. Like literally, this is what I did yesterday. I went into the woods and I just got super weird by myself in a way that's not weird at all. Danny knows what I'm talking about, banana joke. But what I was doing, I was walking back and forth, and I wasn't really focusing on where I was walking. I was just walking back and forth, and it was in a forest, and I was just like, it's like, my name is Brendan. I am here for a great purpose. I am here to help bring more truth and enlightenment into this world. I am building community. I am here to connect others. Within inside me is the wisdom of the universe. Within inside me is the wisdom of the heart. Within inside me is the wisdom of the Buddha. Within inside me is the wisdom of Yeshua. Within inside me is the wisdom of Superman. Within inside me is the wisdom of the Light Guardian. It's like, I am capable of great things. I am doing awesome. I am proud of who I am. I am loving. I am compassionate. I am accelerating. I am the wisdom of my ancestors. And you're just kind of like again, this is just an example, but you're just kind of like allowing yourself to kind of see what comes out, but really talking to yourself in an affirming way. You know, like, that's important. That's important. I want you to practice that. As weird as it sounds, use this as a practice to kind of like dissolve your ego. But at some point today, not just in your head, I want you to go somewhere and I want you to talk out loud to yourself. And I want you to like do it in your backyard so your neighbors can like see how weird you are. Ideally. Okay? No, I'm just joking. Do it in a forest where you can really kind of get into that space. Notice what comes through. Notice what you start speaking, and notice you're just like, holy crap, you know, like, and ask yourself, like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do in this moment? And you're just like, the most important thing for me to do in this moment is to be centered in my own heart. The most important thing for me to do in this moment is to respond instead of react. I am grateful for whatever comes my way. I am empathetic of those who are experiencing their own journey. I am empathetic for myself. I am loving, I am caring, I am compassionate for myself. I know that this reality is unfolding exactly as it needs to, and I hold space for the continual growth of its constant advancement through my direct experience. Just things like that, right? You know, so... Anyways, okay, we could be here for another hour. I mean, again, honestly, if you guys have nothing better to do, let's just hang out for like 5 hours today. It's a Friday. So with that said, it is a Friday. And I do just want to be able to celebrate the fact that, my goodness, here we are. It's another week. And keep in mind, we're in like Pisces season right now. So if you're noticing that there's like a lot of emotional stuff happening within your life right now, it's okay. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that, like, you know, you're just like, oh no, like I walked into a minefield of emotion. It's okay. How you navigate that minefield is going to be important, though. Because like that is like something that just naturally happens. The universe kind of like uses the astrological cycles and everything like that. So it's just like, okay, this month we're going to focus on, you know, like completing the foundation for your projects. Awesome. And for this month, now we're going to like throw some emotional side balls in there, and let's see how you can still stand on 2 feet in the process of doing so. So it's just like constantly, you know, you have to think of like the universe as kind of like your trainer. You have to think of the universe as kind of like Morpheus. So the universe is like always kind of like throwing these punches and these moves at you, and you just, and again, you're in the Zen state where you're just kind of like, so before we get into the chakra, I want you to do that. I want you to close your eyes right now. Stop looking at me. You're making me feel awkward. You guys keep looking at me. It's okay. I give you consent. You're allowed to look at me. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to put your hands on your heart. I want you to breathe into your breath. Gentle inhale. Gentle exhale. Notice a shift in this moment. Literally from 1 second to 10 seconds later. Allow yourself to drop into this space. And I want you to either imagine with your physical body, or imagine just with your imagination, this idea of Morpheus standing in front of you from the Matrix. And he is speaking to you. He is training you. And in the process of doing this, he is throwing these punches at you. Yet you, as Neo, are able to easily deflect them without having to overthinking. You're allowing the intuition of your own heart to guide your movements. So you see yourself doing this. And again, if you literally want to bring this into your physical body, again, it's just kind of like a wax on, wax off type. Add the physical movement into it. Let the physical movement be a symbol for this. What does it represent to you? It represents the fact that there are going to be things that may not be entirely within your control. But they are equally there for a purpose. They're equally there to show you that what you always have control over is yourself, is your response, is your emotion. Give yourself that gift. Anchor into that truth. Be centered in your heart in any moment. You are incredibly strong, Neo. And there is nothing the Matrix will send at you that you are not capable of handling. And even the strongest and the hardest moments only make you stronger, only show you how much you are capable of. For every experience is simply getting you ready for the next one. Beautiful. And then just gently allow Morpheus to acknowledge the warrior, the guardian that you are, gently bowing to each other. And then from here, I want you to just place your hands on your hips, stop moving your hands. And I want you to imagine in this moment that in the same place of where Morpheus was standing, I want you to begin visualizing within your mind's eye the light of the sun. Imagine in this moment as if you are literally standing outside and you are looking towards the sun. Imagine this point of white light in the center of your vision, forming together, growing larger. And this light has a life to it, has a breath to it. And simply by being in the presence of it, you receive the nutrients, you receive the information of it. You allow yourself to further establish the bridge between yourself and your universal wisdom. So imagine that, this white light, this sun in the center of your vision. Really kind of move it just from your imagination to literally actually being able to see it. It may take time. Underneath your eyelids, behind closed eyelids. Breathe it into your heart. In this moment, I speak to you. I speak to you on behalf of the whole, reminding you of how loved you are, reminding you of the fact that you literally are love, that even these words in this moment are merely just reflections of something beyond words, of a truth beyond words. And even though it is beyond words, you can still feel it. I want you to focus on the feeling. Focus on the knowing. This life is a psychedelic experience. This life is incredibly important, every single moment of it. So allow yourself to bring gratitude into this space. Whatever is happening to you right now, practice being grateful. Practice experiencing all shades of what it means to be human. Every day you're becoming more. Every day you are remembering more. And as you do this, through your own mindfulness, through your own presence, through your own centeredness in the heart, you are literally anchoring in and being a bridge for heaven on earth. Even when it may not feel like it, even when it may not look like it, even when you may not know entirely what you need to do next, know that the one thing you can always do is to be present within your own heart. So allow yourself to see this light before you as the wisdom that we spoke of earlier, as the source of a deeper voice, the wisdom of the universe, the wisdom of the Buddha. You are guided, and you can call in the assistance of this guidance. You are bigger than you know. Just take a couple more breaths here. Observe what your body feels like. You may notice shifts in your body. You may almost feel yourself kind of forgetting that you are your body. So just take a couple breaths here, and then we'll gently bring our awareness back to our body. Gentle inhales. Gentle exhales. One more. Deep inhale. And gentle exhale. And slowly, just kind of like wiggle your shoulders. Add a little flow. Wiggle your tail. Wiggle your butt a bit. Just kind of bring in a little bit of a dance. Gradually just kind of like move from this state into the presence of your physical body. When you're ready, just kind of open your eyes. Awesome. 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 All right, we are here. We are alive. We are constantly awakening within this dream. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So thank you again, everyone, for just being here, for everything you do. It's kind of like beyond words sometimes. Kind of like makes me cry sometimes, but in a good way. So, all right, who's ready to work their chakras? Let's do this. Okay, time to work the chakras. What voice should I do today? I have so many weird voices, I know, right? Yeah, there's the Arnold voice, obviously. What was like another voice that I was doing? Stuff like that. I don't know. It's all right. I'm just gonna keep it normal. I don't want to go too crazy on you. Okay. Let's move into the chakra meditation. We're going to work through these real quick. I want to be able to honor the fact that you got things to do. Normally we try to keep these within a half-hour time frame. It went a little bit longer today, but again, it's Friday. I do just want to be able to remind you to make sure that you're rewarding yourself. You know, make sure that you're like getting out there. Go dancing tonight if you can, if you have the opportunity to, or even just like do it in your own bedroom. Do it a little bit right now. Reward yourself, celebrate, nurture your soul, feed your soul. Incredibly important. Starting off with the brow chakra, we're going to be focusing on each chakra. Again, when we do these chakras, you can visualize the chakras spinning. I got a question yesterday whether it's like counterclockwise or clockwise. I guess it depends on which way you're looking at it from, but I just kind of like imagine them just kind of like opening like a lotus flower, kind of like opening like a flower, blossoming in that sense. And so when we do the mantras, each mantra has a correlating vibration, which again spins the chakras. As we begin working with these chakras, we begin opening up to our superhuman abilities, to our faculties, to our ability to, again, essentially be that Neo within the matrix, to allow us to be in that Zen flow state, in that gamma state more often. Gamma is a good term that you're going to want to become more familiar with. There's like alpha, beta, theta brainwaves. Gamma is the flow state. It's very much just kind of like that. You're just kind of like in that state where a lot of what I do when I'm presenting here, it's gamma state. I'm not having to like think, but it's more kind of like conduit, flow, and things come through here. So be aware of what that gamma state feels like for you. You were just in it a moment ago when we were just kind of like sitting there. So we can still kind of hold this gamma phase as we move through these next practices. So focusing on the brow chakra, the vowel sound for this is the vowel I, pronounced as in ski, so it is the sound E. When we focus on the brow chakra, we're focusing on the virtue of serenity and also the idea of clairvoyance. So again, this is kind of like being able to have sight beyond sight. And again, the key thing I just want to be able to remind you is that the information, this is my theory, but again, honestly, I didn't read this in a book, but for me it just makes sense. The chakras are literally parts of our body that are receiving information beyond the present moment. So information that's in the future ripples through the past, ripples through time, and we receive it as data and information through our chakras, if you want to think about it that way, which to me is like logical. It makes sense. If I was designing the universe, that's how I would do it. So when we're aware of these chakras, we can receive that information from the future, and we can be like freaking time traveling ninjas with foresight and, you know, ability to like make moves with like more effectiveness. So closing your eyes, straightening up your spine, relaxing your face. We'll get right into this. Gentle inhale, exhale on your own. And on the next one, the sound is E together. Deep inhale. You know, visualization, feeling the third eye. Again, deep inhale. Right into it when you're ready. Together again, deep inhale. Good, awesome. Again, when we kind of do these chakras, it's kind of like, it's almost like taking a spiritual bath in a way. You know, again, when we spin the chakras, it's kind of like cleaning the dirt off the chakras. And again, that dirt accumulates literally just by existing, by being in society, by, you know, putting ourselves in situations where it's just kind of like, oh God, the energies are all getting tangled up with my energies. So when we do this, kind of helps us bring our energies back to our own self, you know, our own alignment, clears the, you know, dusts things off, clean your room, clean your temple, right? Moving into the throat chakra, again, the throat chakra is a vowel sound E, pronounced as in way, so the sound is A. And with this chakra, we are focusing on the faculties of clairaudience, but also the power of speaking our truth and the virtue of justness, the idea of timing, the idea of like knowing when to talk, knowing when to listen, and the power of words creating worlds. So let's straighten up our spine, close our eyes, gentle inhale, exhale on your own. Relax your face. Together on the inhale, next sound, A. Inhale deep. Together again, inhale. Visualize. Inhale. Good. Awesome. You're doing wonderful. All right, moving right into the heart chakra. We're going to kind of go through these not too fast, but again, I just want to be able to honor your time. Heart chakra, focusing a lot on, you know, compassion, loving compassion, and also inspiration. When you feel those moments where you're just like, oh my God, like, I want to do that. Like, oh my God, that project sounds amazing. Oh my God, I want to start expressing myself. A lot of times that's felt through the heart chakra. Do what makes your heart sing. That's a wonderful piece of advice. Again, follow that which inspires you. Listen to your heart. And this is a reminder. I'll just drop the seed. A reminder that following your heart doesn't always mean it will lead you to happiness, but it does mean it will lead you to where you need to be. Sometimes the heart will put us in situations which, you know, might be a valuable learning experience, even if things get a little bit messy or whatever, right? You know, from a subjective point of view. But it brings us to where we need to be. So trust the heart. Really, really trust the heart, but understand it doesn't always mean that things are going to be like super peachy and easy just because you follow it. It's going to challenge you. It's going to challenge you, but it's very important. It's bringing you to where you need to be. You know, it's kind of like you know, in Donnie Darko when they have like those like worm bubbles coming out of their chest. That's like coming out of the heart, right? So like the heart's like kind of like moving us through this reality when we listen to it. So hands on your heart, holding compassion for yourself. being present in this moment, being centered in your own chest, in your own heart, closing your eyes. The vowel for this is the sound O, pronounced as in snow. So the sound is O. Together, deep, gentle inhale through the nose or the mouth, focusing on compassion, loving yourself. Exhale together. Together again, deep inhale. Once more, deep inhale. Beautiful. Awesome. You guys are doing wonderful. We got a few more left to go. Focusing on the pulmonary chakras next. Again, the pulmonary chakras, focusing on the faculty of ultra memory, connecting us with past lives, future lives, ancestors, any of those pieces of information. It's all just data connecting from a non-linear sense. The vowel sound for this is a vowel sound A, pronounced as in saw, so it'd be the sound ah. And actually, we kind of, okay, we're skipping, okay, we'll go back to the solar. We're doing the pulmonaries before the solar, that's okay. And then, so again, just massage these real quick. And then when you're done, put your hands gently on your lap, straighten up your spine, closing your eyes. Or if you're in front of a mirror, please feel free to like eye gaze with yourself too, and you might kind of like get some like shape shifting going on there. Talk more about that later. So, straightening up the spine, gentle inhale, exhale on your own. Relaxing your face. Bring gratitude for your ancestors, for your past, for your future. Deep inhale together. Sound ah. Ah. Together again, inhale. Once more, deep inhale. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Moving into the solar chakra. The solar chakra is a vowel sound U, pronounced as in blue. The sound is U. Focusing on the virtue of temperance. Again, the temperance is about having moderation, being able to take only what you need, having control over your willpower, seeing your willpower as the stone that sharpens your blade, or rather like seeing the challenge of your willpower as the stone that sharpens your blade. So anytime you're just like, oh yeah, I really want to do that thing that's kind of a vice or something like that, use that as a stone that can sharpen the blade of your willpower. So set that intention. Just doing these chakra practices, you'll find that your willpower will become better. You'll find that like something that might just have, the thought comes into your mind and then you just hop on that train and you go. Now like the thought will pass, you'll see the train and you'll observe it go by and you'll just be like, yeah, okay, but you didn't have to hop on it, right? So be aware of that. The solar chakra can help with that. But at the same time, the solar chakra can also be like, if you see a train going by and you're just like, oh my God, that's inspiring, I'm going to hop on that, and you get on it for good reason, So focusing on this, and again, this also connects with the virtue or the faculty of telepathy. So again, having that gut feeling, having that intuition to be able to follow that which inspires us, anchoring in with all the truths of the other virtues for the previous chakras. Hands gently on your solar chakra. Again, just kind of bringing compassion into yourself, serenity, justness, all of those other virtues. Wiggling your tail a little bit if you want to here. Getting excited about what you got planned for today. Bringing your awareness into this present moment now. Gentle inhale, exhale. Inhale again, and then the sound U. Inhale. Massaging yourself on a molecular level. Inhale. You. Deep inhale, nice and big. Beautiful. Awesome. Moving down to the sacral chakra. Again, the sacral chakra focusing a lot on the sexual energies, the cultivation of the sexual energies, the relationship that we have with them, using that energy to move into our inspiration and our flow and our willpower. Again, super, super important. So again, the virtue of chas, not to say, hey, don't ever indulge in your sexual energies, but just be mindful with them, cultivate them with intention, and again, use them for a greater purpose rather than just temporary satisfaction in that sense. So hands gently just down on your lap, straightening up your spine. The vowel here is the sound M, pronounced as in And again, the virtue is chastity, and also the faculty is astral projection. The sexual energies have a lot to do with being able to connect with more of our etheric body and experience astral projection or lucid dreaming. Closing your eyes, straightening up your spine, relax your face, gentle inhale, exhale on your own. Inhale together, the sound M. Inhale. So visualizing love coming into that chakra. Inhale. Together again, once more. Inhale. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, last chakra for today, root chakra. Once again, focusing on grounding, focusing on connection, earth energy, Gaia. Again, just bringing in all of the virtues in this moment, allowing us to just kind of be here in our serenity as we practice our patience. So simply by you doing this practice, you have leveled up your patience. So thank you for being here. Thank you for proving to yourself and giving yourself this gift. Again, you know, this practice, think of this as like a therapeutic massage. You know, in the same way you like take a shower in the morning, it makes you feel better. Allow this practice to be like that. Allow it to help you feel better. And then you move through the rest of your day and you're just kind of like floaty and you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm fucking Neo, man. Like, know that. I want you guys to all feel like that. I want you to all feel like Neo from the Matrix, right? Whoa. So focusing on our root chakra, straighten up the spine. The vowel for this is the vowel S, pronounced as in S, the sizzling of the snake and the rising serpents. Focusing on our connection with patience. Deep inhale, exhale on your own. Together again. Deep inhale. Together again. Inhale. Deep inhale again. Beautiful. And just take a moment here. Just be in this place just for a couple more breaths. Allow yourself to be aware. What does your body feel like right now? Compare it to what it was when you woke up first thing this morning. Maybe you were a little bit stiff. Now you can feel more of a lightness. Again, I just want you to be able to bring your awareness to being centered, to get excited, to be grateful for the fact that you're alive, to align with your purpose. You are here with a great mission, the mission many of us share, to be able to help anchor in the higher energies into this earth plane without it even having to sound too airy-fairy. This really is just about being love, following our dreams, living our passions, and inviting others to do the same. Lead by example. Allow others to see themselves through you. Take a couple breaths here. One more breath. Allow yourself to be patient here. Beautiful. And as you fill your cup with this peace, allow it to overflow and be shared throughout the rest of your day. So thank you again, everyone, for being here. Again, just kind of like end off, just give yourself a little bit of a massage in any place of your body that you feel you need it. Do this throughout the day, massaging your face, massaging your neck, massaging your shoulders. It's been an honor to be here with you once again. I'm just going to end it off just with a little bit of eye gazing. For those of you on Instagram, I'll start off with you first. For those of you on Facebook, I'll do a little bit of eye gazing with you in a second. For those of you on YouTube as well. So let's take a moment here. Just allow ourselves to see each other through each other's eyes. Awesome. So again, like very literally, Buddha, he was a person just like me and you. So the Buddha in that person, the Buddha in me sees the Buddha in you. And again, that's connecting with the guides inside of us, the wisdom inside of us. Allow that wisdom, that gisdom, to help guide us up the mountains. We're all traveling up our unique paths, but we're all here to help each other. May there be many mountains for us to climb and many hands to help us climb them. So don't be afraid to reach out for a hand, and don't be afraid to reach a hand back as well. So awesome. Just taking a moment here to eye gaze with YouTube as well. Okay. So again, concluding this practice in a way that feels right with you, ending it off with any sort of like hand mudra. Autobots, roll out. You are here on a great mission. Go kick some butt. You're going to help change the world today. I know you are. So I think we just lost the Facebook feed. That's all right. Got most of it. Cool. Awesome. Thank you again, everyone, so much for being here. A reminder that if you do just, if you're here every day, if you're here for your first time, please feel free to send me a message. If it literally is your first time tuning in for this, send me a DM. Let me know that you tuned in. Make sure I can follow you. I want to be able to just know who you are, check out your stuff. Super appreciated. A reminder that there is the donation box at the door as you enter into this digital space. So if you just want to donate a few bucks, again, think of this as like showing up to a community class, a pay what you wish class in that sense. Use my bio link for those of you on Instagram. You can either donate single donations or you can donate monthly donations. And when you donate, honestly, when you donate any amount, then I will also give you the 25% discount key, which you can use for items at questitemshop.com. So if you're looking to get some items, please feel free to message me today, and we can help you get set up with that as well. So there's so much more to check out. Be sure to check out paradigmshiftcentral.com. Again, if you're just on Instagram, check out my bio link. I put a lot of work into that, just making sure that it runs easily for you guys. Let me know if it runs well for you guys. And yeah, there's so much more stuff coming your way. And again, your support helps make it happen. My intention, my goal is to be able to help build a global team of shifters, to be able to help uplift fellow conscious entrepreneurs. So especially if you're a creator, which you are, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're feeling that mission, make sure I'm connected with you. Make sure that we're connected. I want to be able to see what you're doing, and I want to be able to support each other on this journey. So please feel free to share this broadcast. Again, if you're on YouTube, drop some comments. Let me know that you tuned in afterwards. If you're on Instagram, directly share this with your friends or put it in your stories. Tag me. You guys know how this works, right? I don't have to tell you that. So again, finishing it off, hands on the heart. Deep inhale, exhale. Just get some like big audible noises out there. And just a couple of those weird ones. Do as many of those as you need to. So awesome stuff. All right, it's a Friday. Congratulations, you have successfully accomplished another week. I am so proud of you. I'm so grateful for us to be here. You're kicking butt. Thank you for keeping each other accountable. Let's continue to share these vibes with the other people throughout our day. Let's dance through the streets. Let's get our body moving, and let's wag our tails. So this has been Wolf. You've been watching Waking Up with Wolf. Let's get a little wolf howl in here to end it off. I want to hear you. I want your entire house to hear you. Ow, ow, ow. Awesome. You guys are doing wonderful. Thank you so much. Sending so much good vibes. Pew, 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 pew. Until next time, as always, keep it shifty, and I will see you in the future. Much love, peace, and wholeness. I'll see you Monday. Let's be here Monday. I want to see you here. All right, let's do it. Much love. See you guys soon. Pew, pew, pew.